2, 1.
Here we go!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday and thank you for joining us for today's We Talk episode. I am Yolanda Nell and I will be your host for today. Before we head into the interview and the news, today's riddle. I have branches, but no bark, no leaves, and I bear no fruit. What am I? The Turkish Cooperation and Coordination Agency TICA, the Ministry of National Education of the Republic of Turkey, and the Namibia University of Science and Technology NAST recently held the training on current approaches to tourism education in the capital. Beren Tulen, Turkey's ambassador to Windhoek, Professor Ifinya Semente, Dean of the Faculty of Commerce, Human Science and Education at NAST, and other faculty members of the university attended the event. Ambassador Tulen stressed that TICA implemented another successful project. She added that she hoped this training would boost tourism, which is one of the main sources of income in Namibia and was adversely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Professor Semente thanked TICA for its contribution and said she hoped their cooperation would improve. As part of the training on current approaches to tourism education, which is the introductory model of TICA's tourism education program, useful information about the tourism industry in Turkey was shared during the event. During the 5-day training module, applied training was provided on the floors and in the kitchen, together with the restaurant and rooms of the university's training hotel. Trainers discussed various topics and included an overview of current approaches to tourism education and the education vision of 2023. An overview of vocational training in tourism in Turkey was also discussed, together with tourism education practices in some European countries. Alternative tourism, types of tourisms in Turkey, on-the-job training module implemented in Turkey, as well as schools of tourism and hospitality management in Turkey was also discussed during this 5-day training module. Certificates were presented to 21 participants who successfully completed the training. At the end of the ceremony, the Turkish embassy in Windhoek served various Turkish dishes and Turkish coffee on the occasion of the Turkish Cuisine Week. The unique Turkish cuisine is a defining element in their cultural identity and was introduced at the newly launched Turkish Cuisine Week, which took place from the 21st to the 27th of May. Turkish Cuisine Week aims to showcase Turkish dishes with all their original qualities as the crown of their tables. Turkish Cuisine Week with timeless recipes also introduced a gastronomy book published under the leadership of the First Lady and under the auspices of the Presidency, in cooperation with the Turkish Tourism Promotion and Development Agency, with the support of the Ministry of Culture and Tourism. The book aims to promote the richness of Turkish cuisine to a global audience and features contributions from prominent chefs, academics, and experts. The Namibian banking industry plays a critical role in catalyzing economic activity and ensures financial stability, especially in unprecedented and challenging times. Bank Windhoek's managing director, Baroness Hans, said this when she took over the chairpersonship of the Bankers Association of Namibia on Friday, the 10th of June. The responsibility of chairing the ban rotates annually amongst the managing directors of the current 5 commercial banks in the country. Hans takes over from Nedbank Namibia's managing director Martha Murarua, who said that it was a privilege to chair ban where the banks can discuss critical matters to ensure absolute fairness to the banking public. According to Hans, stakeholders must ensure that as enablers in the financial industry, the banks receive the support to contribute to the growth in support of the country's national development and Harambee prosperity plans. Sinika Antila, the European Union ambassador to Namibia, officially handed over information technology equipment valued at 4.5 million Namibian dollars to the Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform. The equipment is procured under the Livestock Support Program in the northern communal areas of Namibia, funded by the European Union through the 11th European Development Fund to the tune of 20 million euros or 284 million Namibian dollars. The overall objective of the Livestock Support Program is to promote entrepreneurship and enhance the livelihood of northern communal areas' livestock farming communities in a sustainable way, while improving the performance of livestock value chain. The program further aims to improve the performance of the livestock value chain in the northern communal areas. 8 regions will benefit from the program, namely Kunene, Omusati, Oshana, Oshukotu, Ohangwena, Kavango West, Kavango East and Zambezi. Ambassador Antila said that the handover is a clear testimony of effective collaboration between the government of Namibia and the European Union. They are happy to see the livestock support program beginning to deliver tangible results, and they anticipate that this will be the beginning of a long series of similar events between the Namibian government and the EU within the context of this important program.
I'm gonna take you on a ride. We're gonna burn through the night. Why you're so salty? I'll still take a bite.
And if we don't include those people living with disabilities, they are going to remain lost.
Definitely.
So we kind of have to cater for them to make sure that, and this app is the perfect example for a very good start. How long did it take you to get this app together?
Okay, I can say now it's 2 years since we started. Now we copyright the concept. When we partner, then we start now putting the ideas together, running to different centers, the OPDs, centers of persons with different disabilities, and looking for other solutions. What can we add? Then those engagements. So it took us 2 years. Then on the 6th of April this year, we managed to launch Connect Africa app.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is it available on the Play Store to download or not yet?
It was on Play Store, but we pull it out because now when we engage more people, we get some ideas that why don't you also do this? I think you need to do this because corporate are also now coming on board, like the Ministry of Education coming on board. So that's an interesting thing. Wow. In terms of inclusive education. So. But it will be available, I can say next week, Friday. Yeah, Great. It will be available before the end of this month.
Okay, and yes. It's amazing to know that it also helps younger children with disabilities and that they are not lost through the system during their schooling years.
Definitely.
What are the plans for the rest of the year?
Well, if I can answer that one, I can't say exactly the plans for this year, but the plans for Connect Africa is quite big. It's not only, like, for example, limited to here. For example, like we said, there are 30,000 visually impaired people in the country and 27,000 hearing impaired people If you add that number together, you come something to 50, 56, 57,000. You add both of those together, and in Africa you have something around 46 million people who are visually impaired and hearing impaired people, and the gap is so big that we would love to fill that, and we're racing sort of to get to, especially if we go out of Namibia, like if we go Botswana, we go down to Nigeria. People are so surprised that people who are visually impaired are doing these things and are able to do this and so on. You would think that even in, for example, South Africa, which is like the country that has the highest quality for people who are visually impaired and so on, are having it best, but yet people are still there and they're still questioning, like, wow, how do these people do things? And they're still not aware of what is happening. So the idea is to get into the space of Africa and basically be able to infiltrate and be able to bring that hope to the people down there as well.
It's wonderful to know that you are making a massive difference in your own country, but that people from other countries can also participate.
Mm.
What do they need in order to use the app?
Okay. What one need is just a smartphone.
Okay.
So, or either a tablet or a computer. So they download the applications on Play Stores or iStores, or they will send them a link, of course, if they are using the computers. So then they can able to now install the applications, and the application will start working.
Is there any cost involved in downloading this app?
We have one just need to have the touch and feel, which is for free. Then after that, there is sort of a period of testing. You are just testing or going through the application. Then after that, there is a subscription that is needed. On individuals, we just ask about $60 Namibian, which is equivalent to US dollars. But we put it in US dollars because it's not only in Namibia, but across Namibia. So it's for US dollars. That is equivalent to 60, depending on the.
Is that for a month?
Yeah, for a month. Okay. That's individuals, and also yearly subscription for the corporate, which is now 8,000.
Okay.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
I would, as the coordinator of the app, would really say that it is a big opportunity for Namibia and the corporate people to get involved with, because if ever there was I'm speaking now for my situation and the rest of the people who are going through the same situation like myself, that the impact this app would have on a country like ours is massive. And I'm saying that I'm asking in a way, and in a sense also pleading with the public and the corporate world to sort of get involved with this app and see the change that it's able to do. The potential is too big for it to be ignored. Yeah.
This can cause corporate companies to be more open to employ people with hearing and visual disabilities, because there's something that can also help the employer.
Definitely. So, because looking at now, there are a number of them that are unemployed. Look at Harry; he's not employed, but he got potentials. Exactly. But people are out there saying now, how if we employ him, how is he going to use the computer? How are we going to make sure that he knows these types of files and all that? Those color detections are going to be used for the files. Those voice, they are going to also, he'll be able to share files and do his emails and all that. So even at schools, there's no such assistive technology that can enable them to be on their own and perform or give the best that they can give, and the potential is being hidden. Definitely.
Can I also add on that is that number one, the app is a Namibian app. It's right here, which means that we don't have to buy assistive devices so much from South Africa and other countries. What is happening is currently that the country doesn't have that money to buy these assistive devices. For example, I'm just talking now at the school for the visually impaired, they struggle to get braille machines. Braille machines are expensive, and currently, if I'm not mistaken, they've only got something like three or four machines, which they probably have around 10 to 12 kids that need to use them. And I'm not talking about only classwork, I'm talking about homework and so on. So they're really having it tough there. But if we do have this device coming in, then things could really change. Yeah.
Anything else from your side?
Yeah, I think I don't want to dilute anything, but definitely I would like to just plead the government entities, private sectors to come on board, even individuals. We are also open for suggestions so that we can make it better. And the thing is ours. And disability doesn't discriminate. I can be fine today, but I don't know how tomorrow will look like. So let's not wait for us to be in the problems, then we take actions. But let's take actions beforehand. So yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations. This is totally fascinating. And I think this is going to go very far, and I believe that this is going to really change the face of disability in this country.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
For today's recommendation, there is a fantastic CrossFit charity event coming up over the weekend. Let's go check out what it's all about. The 5th annual Charity Community Throwdown will take place on the 17th and 18th of June at the Huggy Geinkorp Stadium. On the 17th, there will be the individual fitness competition, and on the 18th, teams will compete with one another. There will also be live entertainment and a fun day. Let there be justice for animals, as all funds are making sure that there is justice for animals. Entrance fees is 150 Namibian dollars per person, and the early bird fee is 100 Namibian dollars. Kids under the age of 12 enter for free. The CrossFit entries is 350 Namibian dollars for individuals and 1,000 Namibian dollars for mixed teams of 4. The entertainment on Saturday includes Rian Smith, Jacob and Taylor, and Half Jack. today's life hack, add some dish soap to your coffee grounds if you have a clogged drain. Simply pour that mixture into the drain and add boiling water. Next up, Jeanette Diergaard for your Flex Minute.
Hi everyone and welcome back to Flex Minutes. I'm Jeanette Diergaard, and now today, if you want to get rid of those, if you want a thigh gap and you want to get rid of those fat between your inner thighs, then don't worry, I got your back. So what we're going to do is that we're going to do some inner thigh workouts. Now if you didn't know, sumo squats, it's a perfect way to work on your thigh muscles. So that's why it's great to just point out your toes and to go down, and you can work those inner thigh muscles and get it all worked. And obviously you're also working on those glutes, so well done to you. And then what we can also do is some clamshells. Now I know that sounds a bit fishy and oceany, but what you can do here is, what you want to do, lift up that leg, lift up your hip on the side and do some clamshells. So there you're working on your abductors, you're working on your inner thighs, and you're also getting an oblique stretch, an oblique workout out of that. But guys, that brings me to the end of today's Flex Minute. I hope I will see you all next time again.
Could you figure out today's riddle? I have branches, although I don't have any bark, leaves, and I don't carry any fruit. I am a bank. We will be back again for tomorrow's interview and a brand new recommendation. Goodbye.
Bella ciao. This is going to be a boots and cats. This is totally a boots and cats. All right, thank you very much for having us, everybody. I hope you have a beautiful evening. We'll see you next time. Una mattina I partigiano. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Portami via. E partigiano, morto bella libertà. One fine morning, I rose up early. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. One fine morning, I rose up early. Found the fascists at my door. Oh, partigiano, please take me with you. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, 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 portami via, il partigiano, morto per la libertà. Oh partigiano, portami via. Oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, 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 portami via. E partigiano, morto per la libertà. Portami via, il partigiano. Oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, 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 portami via, il partigiano, morto per la libertà. Thank you. very much. Have a beautiful evening. We'll see you next time. Up next is Adam Tess. We're going to break down some gear, and he'll see you in a couple of minutes. All right, all right.